My name is Patrick Morehouse, and this video today will be about the reproductive system of the Tasmanian devil. Little backstory of the Tasmanian devil. It first originated from mainland Australia, but is now solely found on the island of Tasmania. Tasmania, my bad. About this picture right here. This picture right here shows the Tasmanian devil facial tumor disease, and it's affecting the inhabitants of the species inhabitants of all Tasmania. It's slowly killing the species. There are efforts to repopulate the species in Western Australia, because that's where Tasmania is, right here, somewhere here. But there's efforts to repopulate the species there because of the disease and how bad it is affecting the species. Remember that species, the disease though. First, we're going to talk about the reproductive anatomy of the female Tasmanian devil. Like mostly all marsupials, they have 3 vaginas, 1 median, 2 lateral, but just 1 opening that connects the vaginas. The median is the birth canal, and the 2 laterals are where the semen goes through to the 2 uterus. So we have 2 uterus. Both can be pregnant at the same time, but one would carry to fruition while the other would be on hold. And it also has 2 ovaries. The male reproductive system. Very basic compared to like all male mammals. It has testicles. It has a penis for copulation and urination. And that's about it. Side note, there is not that much information about the male reproductive tract or system of the Tasmanian devil. Next, we will talk about how to tell a male and female Tasmanian devil apart. The average male Tasmanian devil is 25.7 inches long, while the average female is 22 inches. Not much of a difference. The average person walking the forest of Tasmania would not be able to tell the difference between the two. Only difference between the two is the testicles. And that's about it. Because you do not want to get close to it. Next, we'll talk about the estrous cycle and the science of estrus in the female Tasmanian devil. Female Tasmanian devils have a biphasic progesterone estrous cycle. Biphasic means 2 phases. Increased progesterone contractions during proestrus, follicular phase of estrus, and luteal phase of progesterone will continue on during pregnancy. The signs of estrus will start showing around March and April. It is shown by the development of retained fluid roll on the nape of their neck. It also shown with this interest in food and promotion of nesting behavior. Next, we'll talk about the semen standards. Unfortunately, there is no sound information on semen standards of Tasmanian devil males. Next, we're going to talk about the mating in Tasmanian devil. In this particular fact, in the Tasmanian devil mating season, the male has to beat the female into submission if he wants to mate. If the male is too weak, the female proceeds to beat up the male. This is hilariously true. The mating of the Tasmanian devil is violent. A female Tasmanian devil will spray her surrounding area of her pheromones, wait, showing that she is ready to mate, and will watch males fight for her, and she will only mate with the dominant male. The dominant male will then grab the female by her neck. Remember I told you about the retained fluid. And drag her back to his den to mate. The male must fight to keep her there too, or she will leave and go out and find another mate. During this time, a male will not eat because of this, and this usually lasts about 3 to 4 days or about a week. The male usually will be very lethargic after the mate season. Here we got 2 mating behavior videos. We'll watch the first one. As you can see, the male is dragging the female. She is receptive to this usually, but as you can see, the male is gripping her wrongly, and so she gonna attack back. Now as you see, the male is gripping her correctly, and later on you gonna see her. She gonna continue on because be close to the nest. Such strange creatures. And that is it. On to the next video. It's going to be by Nat Geo Wow.
Males only get their chance for up to 10 days once a year. Courtship is hellish.
It's not really once a year.
She needs her partner to be dominant, so her offspring will inherit strong...
As you can see here, you can see some facial tumors in the Tasmanian devil.
He bites deep into her neck, but evolution has prepared her for his savagery. During the breeding season, a fatty deposit builds in the back of her neck.
They call it fatty deposit or fluid in different articles.
A rise in reproductive hormones also makes her more passive. But after mating, the deposit will go. Reproductive hormone levels will temporarily fall, and tempers will rise.
Just like in the video, he is dragging her to her den, but they will continue fighting.
The alpha devil subdues
To
her.
submit to show his alpha. He's the alpha.
Now, he mates with her. It could be a week before she becomes pregnant, so she could still mate with a rival. But he's on to her. Turning jailer, he blocks the exit to her den. Now he's in charge. Days later, her sex hormones begin to fade.
The next slide is going to be about gestation and parturition of female Tasmanian devil. Gestation length is about 21 days. That's about 3 weeks of pregnancy. The female Tasmanian devil during that time before pregnancy will find a den and to settle and give birth. She will give birth to about 20 to 30 joeys. Joeys are young Tasmanian devil. That they are the size of a small rice grain. They are still embryos when the mother gives birth to them. These embryos must crawl from the birthing from the vagina to the pouch located right about here. If I don't know, right about here in the Tasmanian devil, female Tasmanian devil. But they was attached to the teat and will continue suckle from the teat until they are able to explore the real world outside. Unfortunately, there are only 4 teats, and she gave birth to 20 to 30, meaning that only 4 technically will survive. The others would die. Lactation, like I said, lactation, all marsupial gestation is short and lactation is very long. The Tasmanian devil's joeys will lactate, will suckle their mother teat for 7 to 8 months, and then they start to eat whole foods. Unfortunately, there is no advanced assisted reproduction techniques, and there was a research article talking about there's a need to research assisted reproduction techniques in Tasmanian devils in order to save the species. Here are the 7 questions. What is a joey? A joey is a young Tasmanian devil. What is a teat? A teat is a breast. How many uterus and vagina does a female Tasmanian devil have? Well, it has 2 uterus and 3 vaginas. What are the ways the tumor is spread? Through biting and close contact. Where are Tasmanian devils from? Mainland Australia, but now solely found on the island state of Tasmania. How long is the mating season? Where it was for 2 months, March and April. What grows on the back of the neck of a female Tasmanian devil during mating season? Where fluid or fat to protect, you call it fat, to protect its spine. Here are my sources, and I'd like to thank my sister for having me film this.